KLZ 560, a Crawford Broadcasting God and Country station.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. And Angel, believe it or not, is on vacation again. But sitting in for her is our good friend, Greg Bashaw, Colorado Micro Business Alliance. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hello, Eric. I'm glad to be here. Excited to be here. Although I'm much uglier than Angel, but I'm glad to be here.
I don't know that I'm going to disagree with that, but Greg, I'm super happy that you're sitting in with us. Tell us a little bit about what the Colorado Micro Business Alliance is. We'll get lots of time to talk about it, but let's give a little front end on it.
You bet. So Colorado Micro Business Alliance is a business association for micro businesses, which is a business with 10 or fewer employees. And what we do is we have a very low cost membership of only $5 a month, $48 a year, so that we can get as many of the over 400,000 micro businesses here in Colorado to join up. And then we do cool stuff. We
do cool stuff.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to talk more about the cool stuff
yes,
as the day goes on. I'm going to tease our audience to stay tuned for a lot of that. But I'm telling you what, folks, fascinating organization, and proud member of the Extreme Customer Service Directory. We're happy to have you on board. Very, very interested in what you're going to bring to the table, to the small business community at large, and of course to the Experience Pros Network.
Very good, thank you, Eric. We are proud members.
Hey, at the top of the show, this is the time we talk about the news and get things going. Have you heard about HitchBot?
So HitchBot.
HitchBot.
No.
Do you know anything about HitchBot?
No, I don't know. Tell me about HitchBot.
So HitchBot is a hitchhiking robot.
A hitchhiking. So it's an actual robot.
It's an actual
robot. It's not a
robot.
person inside. It's an actual robot.
I think so. I don't know that it does the movable arms and things like that, but I do believe you had an observation. It must have.
Well, if it's a hitchhiking robot, I thought it must have an opposable thumb.
It's got to at least have opposable thumbs.
Exactly.
Right. Which puts it ahead of most of the animal kingdom. But no, it's a hitchhiking robot that has made its way all across Europe. I mean, it's made its way hitchhiking all across the great countries in Europe. Makes its way over to Philadelphia, and within hours is severely kicked and put down. It's destroyed.
Well, Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, but it is not the city of robotly love.
You're absolutely right. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, the HitchBot is no more. However, people are coming out of the woodwork to offer repair for the Canadian robot, and that there will be somehow, some way, HitchBot 2.0.
If you saw a robot on the side of the road hitchhiking, would you pick him up, Eric?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
No, I would not.
Yeah.
You just never know where that robot's been.
Well, it's true, and robots, I think, would be unpredictable. So,
yeah, there was a Craigslist post on Monday afternoon offering the HitchBot for sale, but that was a hoax. No, they're going to bring it back. It's going to be HitchBot 2.0. You watch and see.
And they won't start in Philadelphia.
Why would you go back? And then Minions. Did you see the movie Minions?
Well, I saw the first two with the Minions. I haven't seen the latest.
Okay, so you saw, what was that, Bad?
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me,
yeah.
Right. I didn't see any of that.
And I kind of like the Minions. It's kind of a guilty pleasure to like those guys, because they are evil, right?
I don't know. I don't get the whole Minion thing. I tend not to be into movies that are animated like that. I'm such a fuddy-duddy.
You are. If you're not into those, there's some great
They're
animated
funny.
movies
I mean,
there.
there's some funny things. I guess I saw the one with the big mammoth and the squirrel, the little chipmunk squirrel.
Oh, you mean like 20 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like 20 years ago. But beware if you live in Ireland, particularly in Dublin, I should say, Dublin, Ireland, a massive minion. It's an inflatable minion.
They kind of look inflatable.
Oh yes, yeah, they work towards that quite well. Massive inflatable minion blew off the road and into the highway. Blew off the place where it was and into the highway by what the Irish are calling a fair gust of wind.
I wonder if that's part of a larger evil plot.
It very well could be. It very well could be, because, I don't know, do they have traffic in Ireland?
If they do, it's all on the left-hand side of the road, so we don't care.
There you have it. But yeah, I bring it up because wind seems to be blowing stuff all over the place. There was a circus over yesterday that the tent blew off, killed 2 people.
Aye.
And then another tent blew away, killed 2 people in the day before. Beware the minions. They are flying as well. Not to make any light of the casualties that's happened, but beware of inflatable things and or tents, I guess, is the point there, because, man, what's going on with the weather?
Who knew? Yeah.
So escape minions in Ireland may seem hilarious, but it is a despicable breach of health and safety. That was the city council. Paul McAuliffe was quoted as.
That's a nice play on
tweeting.
words. Well done, Paul.
Indeed. Hey, we got a great show for you today. That is for sure. When we come back, we're going to talk to Dr. Daniel Siegel. He's going to say something about parenting. And do you have kids?
I do. I have 4.
You have 4 kids?
I do.
I have 2 men. So he's going to teach us how to parent from the inside out, coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
When your IT person says your VPN's PPTP failed because the IP conflict caused a protocol failure, all you seem to hear is blah, blah, money, blah, blah, last time. We're C-Squared Computer Consulting. We speak geek fluently, but we translate when talking to you. When you understand the issues, you can better prioritize your money and time. Our managed services provide a stable spending model with system monitoring and trust. Call C-Squared Computer Consulting today at 303-933-1113 or go to c2cc.net.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
One of the most important tools in your business is your phone, and you can't afford drop calls. You can afford Edgetronics. They get your phone system to work for you, not against you. As a certified veteran-owned business, they'll serve your business with honor, and they guarantee you'll always be able to reach them. Call today at 303-766-1699. That's 303-766-1699. Give your phone some love, and you'll love the outcome. You can't afford intermittent service or static phone lines. You can afford Edgetronics. 303-766-1699 or online at Edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Finding care for an aging parent or loved one can be a simple and hassle-free process with Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's very specific needs. Call them today to schedule your free in-home assessment. 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now. 720-443-3371.
John Rush, this afternoon from 3 to 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Teach your children well.
Oh, yeah. That's what you need to do. You need to teach your children well, but how they don't come with an instruction manual, folks, until today. Our next guest is Dr. Darrell Siegel. He's an internationally acclaimed author, an award-winning educator, and a child psychiatrist. He's currently a clinical professor of psychology at UCLA School of Medicine, where he serves as a co-investigator for the Center for Culture, Brain, and Development. Basically, he's smarter than I am. Dr. Siegel, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Well, thanks for having me on board. I'm really honored to be.
Oh, very, very nice to have you with us. Dr. Siegel, you've written a book. It's called Brainstorm, and we've heard that it is a must-read for every parent if they want to avoid emotional turbulence in their own lives as their children go through adolescence. Please share with us the thought behind your book.
Sure. Well, Brainstorm is a book about the adolescent period, and I wrote it for both parents to read and actually for adolescents to read themselves.
Isn't that giving away the secrets?
I'm giving away the secrets so that everybody can benefit. Absolutely. And the secret is that the things we've been told by professionals, other parents, and even by the media, I got to say, all is the same thing. It's about adolescent brain storms that actually are coming from raging hormones, and the adolescent is crazy, and they're impulsive, they're immature, they're irresponsible. All these things we're being told, unfortunately, reinforce their own behaviors. So what we want to do is clarify what the truths are. And you can bust through myth by myth, and the main myth to bust through is that raging hormone story.
Yeah.
And that isn't what makes teenagers behave in different ways. It's actually what's called the remodeling of the brain. And that's something we've just learned about in the last 10 years. I want to make that science available and make it in practical ways so that you can actually do something about it as a parent and as an adolescent yourself.
The remodeling of the brain. Now you've completely piqued my interest. As I introduced you, my kids are now men. In fact, one gets married at the end of the month.
Congratulations!
We made it.
Yay.
But this remodeling of the brain. What does that mean? How does that happen? And does it involve tin cans and small baseball bat? What do we do?
It's small baseball bats, some cement, a lot of brick and mortar. Absolutely. So, here's the way to think about the brain in general. It's up in your head, connected to the whole body. It actually connects you to the outer world. And it's composed of basic cells called neurons. So in the first dozen years of life, what this brain is doing is basically growing connections among the neurons. They're called synapses. But basically, these connections create the structure of the brain. So let's think of the first dozen years of life, that's childhood, as a time when basically the child is soaking in all the things they learn from you as a parent, from their teachers, from their peers, soaking in, making more and more and more connections. And that's a beautiful thing. That's basically what memory is. It's how learning happens. It's fantastic. What we didn't know is what now we've learned, which is around 11, 12, 13 years of age. Let's just put it at 12. Around after the first dozen years of life, the second dozen years of life begin. And that's a very different period. So instead of just creating new neural connections, which everyone does when they learn, pruning starts to happen. And what pruning is think if you had a garden, you have a tree that's growing beautifully, but you don't want some of those limbs because they're blocking the shape of the tree that you want, or they're making so the other limbs don't get light. So you prune away the tree. It's a healthy thing to do. It's a good thing to do.
And Dr. Siegel,
tree
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm pretty sure it's illegal in 49 of the 50 states to take shears to our adolescents. What should?
Absolutely, it's probably 48 of the 50 states.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
It is illegal.
I forgot Rhode Island. You're absolutely right.
Yes. So in California, we do that in a different way. But so here's what happens. The brain is actually programmed genetically to start pruning itself down. Now, this can freak out an adolescent when they hear it, and certainly adult, it's kind of perplexing. But as the pruning is happening, essentially what's going on is the brain starts to specialize. It says, what am I using that I'm going to keep? What am I not using that I don't need? So it's going to become more efficient as it goes through adolescence. And then what it does is the second thing besides pruning is to increase the connection among the remaining circuits. And that is a fancy term called myelin formation. Myelin is just an insulating sheath that if you put it between two neurons, it makes them 3,000 times faster and more coordinated in how they fire. So myelinating is a really, really good thing. So that's the two things that are going on. You're removing stuff with pruning, and that can be influenced by what you do with your mind. And you're laying down myelin, and that can be influenced by what you do with your mind. So the really important message here is that an adolescent learning about the remodeling is empowered to do things with their mind. That means the focus of their attention and how they're thinking and stuff like that I teach in the book. You can do things to strengthen the remodeling to make the brain more resilient, more skilled, more integrated is what I call it. And these are things that are science-based, that are practically applied, because I do this in my clinical practice all the time, or I teach it to my kids who are now in their 20s. And what the outcome is you get a more resilient adolescent during the adolescent period, and it sets up a foundation of a brain. So when you get ready to go into adulthood, you're set with a stronger foundation, just like a strong house that's able to withstand the winds you were talking about, able to withstand earthquakes, storms. This is what you want to provide for your adolescent. That's why I wrote it for parents to read, so they can figure out how to do that, but also how to support the adolescents themselves, to empower them to say, hey, this is your choice. You want a strong brain? This is how you can make your brain strong.
So, Dr. Siegel, this is Greg. I'm co-hosting with Eric today. So I have four kids of my own. I have three daughters who are in college right now, and I find this fascinating. And now, they've gone off to college, and I kind of expected them, once they went off to college, they were 18 years old, to magically transform into adults and act like adults. But I found that they still, sometimes frustratingly, act like teenagers. So how long does this stage last?
Myelin deficient.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, Greg, it's a great question. So here's the thing that also is a myth, that the term teenager and the term adolescent are just not the same term. So now we understand that adolescence is a period of remodeling that goes on into the middle, and I hope you're sitting down, Greg, the middle to the late 20s.
Oh gosh.
Eric, can you wake him up?
That was me screaming.
Okay.
We're figuring that out. This is actually not new.
But this is why parents get smarter, according to the adolescents in the 20s, right?
Exactly. It's like Mark Twain's statement. I couldn't believe how little my dad knew when I was 14, but then when I got to be 20, I realized he had learned so much.
No, wait. Wasn't it Mark Twain that said, talking about adolescence, that when somebody turns 12 years old, you put them into a barrel and feed them through the knothole, and when they turn 18, you plug up the knothole?
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
I'm pretty sure it was Mark
But
Twain.
It could be.
Hey, listen, this is fantastic. We're going to run out of time here, so let me just make sure that everybody knows that the book is called Brainstorm, The Power and the Purpose of the Teenage Brain. Dr. Daniel Siegel, genius, obviously, wrote the book, and it's good for you, the parent, and good for you, your teenagers and or adolescents. Dr. Siegel, where do we get a copy?
You can go to my website for sure and get not only that, but other information, drdansiegel.com. But anywhere where books are sold, in person, brick and mortar bookstores, at the online booksellers, anywhere where books are sold, this book should be available.
Fantastic, and a great interview. You're a lot of fun hanging out with as well. drdansiegel.com. Get a copy of Brainstorm. Get two, because your neighbors are infected as well. We really appreciate you for being with us today.
Oh, Eric and Greg, thank you guys so much.
You bet.
Pleasure.
Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Greg and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Landlords, listen up. If you have investment property, you need Legacy Properties PM. Devin Bewley will absolutely get you the highest rent possible, handle every imaginable emergency, and make sure that your property is well cared for. He visits every property regularly and knows that he's working for you. Legacy Properties PM, where their promise to you is simple. If your property isn't earning you money, you owe them nothing. There's nothing to lose. 720-989-1996. Mention Experience Pros and they'll waive the first month's management fee.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Get your vehicle back into showroom condition with the most comprehensive auto detail from Bumper Dock Denver. They remove tree sap and plumes from your car's painted surfaces. Minor scratches are cleaned up with a high-speed polish, and the glaze finish is applied to restore a deep shine. Bumper Dock Denver understands that your vehicle is more than just a mode of transportation. It reflects your business. No matter what you drive, you get fast, friendly, honest service to protect your auto investment and bring out the full beauty of your car. 303-369-7292 or bumperdockdenver.com.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Let's talk about advertising. It's a key element for growing your company and making sure people are aware of your brand. If you're going to put a half-page ad into a magazine with 60,000 in circulation, it'll cost about $1,500, and you get to be in front of your target audience. If you're going to attend a big trade show, you're going to spend about $1,500, and you get to interact with potential clients. If you're going to sponsor a foursome in a golf tournament, you're going to spend about $1,500, and you get to support your favorite charity. At Experience Pros, $1,500 goes a long ways. You get an entire year of membership with business networking, online customizable listing, featured ads, 3 radio spots during the year, speaking opportunities, sponsorship options, and more. Sign up today at experiencepros.com.
SharpNet Solutions has been optimizing websites for over 16 years, since before Google was even a company. Hi, this is Eric, and I want you to let that sink in for a moment. SharpNet Solutions has been helping hundreds of small businesses get found on the search engines since before Google became Google. They're one of the most affordable SEO firms in the country, and if you tell them Experience Pros sent you, you'll get up to 50% off of your SEO services. Still wonder if they can help you? Google Experience Pros. We use them. 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988 or sharpnetsolutions.com.
The Dana Show, 6 p.m. weekdays on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
When I get old and losing my head, many years from now.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us. This song is a reference to the second half of our business tips and insights. We're going to talk about the things you're going to regret when you're old. There's a big, long list of them. But before we get to that, Bobby Sue and Mel Bowman of Bowman Heating and Air are here with their business tip of the week. Bobby Sue, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Mel, welcome.
Thank you, Eric. It's always a pleasure being here.
Absolutely, our pleasure. And of course, sitting in for Angel is Greg Bashaw of the Colorado Microbusiness Alliance. Greg, very nice to have you with us, my friend.
Howdy, everybody. Great to be here.
All right. So, Bobby Sue, tell us, please, what are we talking about today?
So, as most of you know, my husband, Mel and I, obviously, we're husband and wife, and we're a team, and we work together.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm not going to lie, it's difficult
Paradise.
at times.
Paradise.
Of course, it's always perfect.
What could possibly go wrong?
Seamless transition.
Yeah.
All times.
So, obviously, we live together, we work together, we work out of our home. So it's even more so together.
Yeah.
And we're just going to kind of talk about how important it is to make sure that you respect each other and are helpful to each other instead of trying to belittle or push down, because that can happen.
But you really want to watch the video on this one here, because as Bobby Sue is laying out the points of what she's going to talk about, she is actually directing those directly to Mel, her husband, as if this is a lesson for him as well. And this is fascinating television.
And we all get to hold him accountable. So.
Yes.
Mel, are you on board with this? Is this
yeah.
Is this a good thing?
Bobby Sue and I have been together for 9 years.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. We've only been married for 2.5.
Yeah.
But it was really difficult in the beginning for me, especially, to separate the two. Whenever we started our
personal side and the business side.
Yes, exactly. Whenever we started our company, I wanted to go in there and say, all right, this is what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And this is what needs to be done. And you need to do this. Well,
Bobby Sue,
go very well.
That girl from Florida, that ain't going nowhere.
She's got some Dominican in her, She's a little bit headstrong, just like me.
So, Bobby Sue, what do you recommend?
Talking things out.
Yeah.
Don't demand. Do not demand things. That's, would you demand something from somebody else? Like, I always ask.
Oh,
I say please and thank you.
I thought you were going to say, would you demand something from Angel? We all know the answer to that. Hell no.
It's just, exactly. It's about being respectful. It's about making sure that you're talking to them as a coworker and not putting your emotional, anger and such into it. So.
Yeah, and I've always really tried to, well, not always. I've just recently started trying to be more respectful of her and try to separate the business from the personal. And I really try not to talk about business whenever we're trying to have a nice evening out.
Yeah, therein lies one of the greatest tips I think that we can offer is let work be work and let home be home. And
yes.
And I worked with my ex-wife for many, many years. And we're talking like decades. That is not why she is my ex-wife, but it's something that you have to make that clear separation. So it's a great tip. I love that.
Boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries are so important. Absolutely. And then now you said you work from home, but actually you're out, Mel, all the time because Bowman Heating and Air is taking care of hot wives.
Yes.
all over the Denver metro area. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Up into Wyoming as well?
Yes, sir. We have been into Wyoming for a Chick-fil-A.
All right.
My office is my truck and the top of her roof, basically.
Right.
She works from home mostly. And I wouldn't even say that she works from home mostly. She's consistently out meeting people, building up the business.
Business development.
Yes, absolutely.
See Bobby Sue everywhere.
Yeah, she is all over the place. And she's a social butterfly, and she does so much for our company. And I really appreciate everything she does.
Well, we appreciate both of you guys. Give some contact information in case, folks, air conditioning is not set. I need to have you come back to my apartment. My apartment's too cold. Somebody fixed my thermostat, and boy, howdy,
fixed it too good.
It works really well. So I don't have a wife, but myself is cold. Where do we contact you?
Our phone number is 303-622-6502.
Do that again.
303-622-6502.
You can also find them online at Bowman, BOWMANHVAC.com. BowmanHVAC.com. Proud members of the Extreme Customer Service Directory. I referred to you even again this week. You guys are top notch, and we sure love you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for coming in. All right, Greg, we're talking a little bit, just a smidge about things you're going to regret when you're old. And I just discovered today that you are older than I am.
Well, in fact, I was going to ask you, at what point are you considered old? Because I'm 49, about to turn 50, and I've always thought next year I've officially crossed the line.
Is that it?
And so are these things I'm going to regret a year from now?
I hear from people who are 50 who say that they're just getting into the prime. So I don't know, really. I don't know the answer.
Okay.
But I can say this. If the process of getting out of bed causes a series of creaks, snaps, and clanks in the night, you're probably closer than you are far.
Check.
Yeah. So here are some of the things that people regret when they're old. Not traveling. Do you travel? Are you well traveled?
We have traveled. My family and I, we actually lived in Germany for a while and got to travel all over the place. Got to go some really crazy places. And my biggest client, in fact, back then was in Istanbul, Turkey.
Really?
Yeah. So we've been to some pretty cool places.
I should say so. How about this? Have you learned another language?
I speak fluent German.
Really?
My wife does too. In fact, that's how we met.
I love sauerkraut. I am German, but my sisters were. My grandmother sent both my sisters to the homeland to, just kind of spend a month and learn, and I got none of that. So, so I don't speak German. I do speak a little bit of Russian. I do speak a little bit of Spanish. And that's pretty much it.
I can see the German in you.
Yeah, thank you. It's the nose, isn't it? How about this? Missing the chance to see your favorite musician or musicians in concert.
Interesting. So I used to do that when I was young. I saw Queen live in concert, which was cool.
Queen.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I think we went to, but since I've gotten older, I've become pretty bad at that. How about you?
We're in that race of constantly trying to find things to do, and I too have missed a couple of, but I've caught a couple. I did get to see, now it's going to escape me.
It seems like every band that was around when we were young is still around. They may be like 78 years old, but they're still doing concerts.
Yeah, the Stones will go forever. And not listening to your parents' advice, people regret that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should listen. They really did know more than we do. Their myelin is fully developed.
Exactly.
Now. And neglecting your teeth. I have always prided myself on having perfect teeth, and up until about 2.5 years ago, I had all 32 teeth, and one went renegade, one went rogue, and I had to have it pulled. And so
not something you typically think of.
No. Brush, floss, get regular checkups. It is good advice. Listen, there's a lot of things that you can do. I'll post this list on our Facebook wall so that you can check out the 37 different things people regret when they get older. But there's no regrets here because it's a positive business talk show. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Greg Bashaw, Colorado Micro Business Alliance, and that happens to be your website as well.
Yep, ColoradoMicroBusinessAlliance.com.
There it is.
Come visit.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk to Darrell Stern. How's your blog? Is it making money for you? It should be. Coming next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff it up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Dude, your wife's hot.
I know, right?
I'm not kidding. She's really hot.
Yeah, I married up.
I'm trying to tell you, your wife's hot.
Will someone please call Bowman Heating and Air? It's 90 degrees in here.
Don't let anyone else tell you how hot your wife is. Call Bowman Heating and Air today. 303-622-6502. Bowman Heating and Air, keeping couples together and relationships cool. Ask about the preventative maintenance option with a 100% mechanical guarantee. BowmanHVAC.com.
Tune in every Monday at 11:35 for What's Going On with Jim Smith from Prudential. Jim will host a lively conversation about the financial and investment topics you're asking about. You can call Jim and his Prudential team directly at 303-669-9701 and tune in on Monday mornings right here on the Experience Pros radio show.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
A gout attack may prevent you from participating in everyday events that are your greatest joys. The most common form of inflammatory arthritis in men, gout affects millions of Americans. Gout attacks, which some have described as feeling like a severe burn, may occur when uric acid levels build up. Without ongoing management, gout may prevent you from enjoying life's simple pleasures. Learn more about managing this chronic illness at www.goutliving.org. This message brought to you by the Arthritis Foundation.
John Rush during the afternoon rush today at 3 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show, talking about old bands. Oh, this is Run DMC, isn't it? It's something like different version. Still, they're going to come in a little bit later in the song. Aerosmith does, but it's a fun song altogether. It's time to talk to our resident expert for inbound marketing, and we're talking to Darrell Stern, who is no stranger to the airwaves here on the Experience Pros radio show, having had a conversation with us at least once a month here on Tuesdays for the last year. Darrell, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me back.
Very, very nice to have you. Now, Darrell, you're talking about blogging today, and I'm trying to connect the dots. What blogging has to do with inbound marketing. Help me understand this.
Well, sure. So your inbound marketing landing page, let's say, it talks about you being a plumber. Okay, and it basically says, the reasons why people would need and desire, you coming in and fixing a specific problem. Now, how do we support that and get you to rise on Google and get your reputation up there and get people to know, like, and trust you? Well, we do that by writing articles about how much you actually know about the world of plumbing and the different types of pipes that there are.
So you got to actually know stuff?
Yes, you should actually know stuff that you want to blog and write about.
That discounts most of my money.
Okay, Darrell, I have a question. So let's say I buy into that. I say, okay, I need to blog. It's going to help me. It's going to bring people to my website, and I have aspirations, big aspirations to do that. But I just don't have time, or I don't like to write what are my options?
Two solutions. One is you can hire a marketing firm such as mine to help you with that, to actually do the writing for you and with you at the same time. But we always brainstorm and make sure that we're doing that with a specific strategy. The other cool solution is right in your pocket. If you have a smartphone and you don't necessarily like to write, but you love to talk to people and you know you can shoot a video of yourself, you can actually shoot a video of yourself talking about a specific topic, something that people would really like to learn from, and then upload that to a company called transcribe.com and have them transcribe what you just said in the video, and now you've got something even more possible, more powerful than a regular blog. You've actually got a video blog.
You've got a video blog, which they call a vlog.
A vlog,
All
yes.
Right.
Now you're vlogging.
That is
which is German, I believe.
All right. Okay. So now we do video blogging every day here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. We've got a 2-minute version and we've got a 2-hour version. 2-hour version is this live show. It's recorded every single day.
Right.
I don't use the transcribe feature yet, but a video blog is good, right? I mean, you can have that out there and people will come and see it.
Yeah, there's two.
Really tagged.
Yes, and there's two things that are going on. The one is you can tag and put a description into the video part on YouTube so people can find it and also have a link back to that blog. But then on that blog, you can interlink and interweave certain keywords back to certain landing pages of your website so that then Mr. Google says, wow, these people really seem to know this topic. They seem to have a lot of content out there about it, and it's all linked together. Like the back of a book has an index, and you're referring to yourself and all the time that you mention that term.
That makes sense.
So now, let's say you got a bunch of people coming to your website. They're visiting your blog. You've got interesting content, but I've got to think that's not enough. That there's got to be a next step. That has to somehow be connected to a part of your website that gets them to actually explore things, do something.
Well, yeah, there's two parts of it. I mean, back in 2012, 2013, all this blogging stuff took off and everybody started churning out content and investing in writing. And then all of a sudden they realized that this wasn't growing their business. And the bottom line, the cash flow wasn't increasing. And really that's because there still needs to be an overarching theme to your brand and an overarching call to action. In other words, they read this article, so then what's the conversation that you would start with them if they liked reading it? In other words, if you'd like to learn more, you can download my ebook. If you'd like to further, know anything more about this topic, let's talk about it. Let's work together on your plumbing or on your project, or if you want to share this on Facebook, let us know. And all these kinds of ways to start that conversation so that then, yes, this has a purpose to it, and you're actually inviting people to take the next step.
My experience is that next step is the key to making blogging really profitable.
Without it, it's cool. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing.
Well, and the other side of it, and I've seen this happen a lot, Darrell, is when people use their blog to do nothing but sell. And that is a huge mistake, in my opinion, because people want to buy, but they don't want to be sold.
Big difference between marketing, which is staying visible to your target audience and establishing your people, trusting you and trusting in your authority, and advertising.
Yes.
Your marketing department and your marketing effort to do that part of it, totally separate than come on down, buy this from us now, talking about us. In fact, the less that you talk about yourself sounds silly, but the better. Actually.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's all about that relationship development, and even over the airwaves. And we've discovered over the years, this is why you do these segments with us, Darrell, is because people, the more they hear you, the more they get to realize that you have something of value in there, that you're giving of that value, your intellect, your intelligence, as it relates to your area of expertise, which is the purpose of a blog.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
The more they will want to be drawn to do business with you. Speaking of which, we do have a call to action here today. In fact, we have a few that I want to talk about. The first one, I'm going to go in reverse order on our list here.
Okay.
You used the phrase twice, that a landing page, and that may be foreign language to some people who are listening to this broadcast.
Right.
So a landing page, you train on what a landing page is, and it's basically an area that attracts a certain clientele or a certain prospect, right? And you teach this in something called Stern Storming, and you're doing a second version of Stern Storming.
Yes.
Coming up soon.
Yes, on Monday, August 24th at 2 p.m. in the basement conference room of this building, 2821 South Parker Road, we are doing episode 2 of Stern Storming, where we're going to talk about now. Last time we did, how to do the basics of inbound marketing and how to set up these landing pages. And now we're going to talk about blogging and how to support that and what type of content to write, and actually live brainstorm ideas, all of us in a group, for each other on what our topic should be for our blog.
I love that. And then where do people find out more information about that event?
Yes, you can go to contentmarketingdenver.com, which is our content marketing blog and website.
Okay.
And you can click on the request a consultation link there,
right.
And there's a button with the information about the event.
And for folks who that's a lot of stuff, then they're driving down the interstate, they don't have that. How about a phone number?
303-353-4354.
Give that again.
303-353-4354.
There's also something else that you've launched recently, and
Yes.
It's an opportunity for our listeners, who the primary listener here to this radio show are business owners and sales managers, people who have decision-making authority over a group of people and or the economy in general.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about denpeeps.com.
Yes, there's a new website, a new online magazine, stories from the business people of Denver. It's called denpeeps.com, and on there you can actually read and learn about Eric and Angel and how they've developed their business, and they answer some really specific questions about how they've grown and how they deal with business growth. We're also featuring 5 other local businesses here, so we can all learn from each other.
Sure.
And all of you out there who own a business can have an article in the online magazine, absolutely free. You just have to click the link on there that says tell us your story, and you download the form and send it to us.
You find information there at denpeeps.com.
What a great idea. I love that.
It is, Greg. You ought to get in on the next version of that.
And I love hearing the stories of small business owners, how they began, who they are. I think that should be fascinating.
Absolutely. Darrell Stern, Stern Inbound Marketing, you're everywhere, man. Everybody's talking about you. Everybody's enjoying what you're bringing to the table. You really are a giver. You help people educate themselves, and you provide tremendous service to the business community. We're grateful for you.
Well, thank you very much. Both my parents were educators, and my whole philosophy is, let's all learn from each other and teach each other, in plain English, how to grow our businesses.
You have the heart of a teacher, that's for sure. Give your phone number one more time, please.
303-353-4354.
That's Darrell Stern. You want to make sure you go Stern Storming with him Monday, August 24th, 2 p.m. here in Aurora, 2821 South Parker Road. And find more information at contentmarketingdenver.com. We'll be back with more positive business talk right after these messages.
The experienced pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You've got a great business, lots of customers, and a catchy tagline. Things are going great, right? Has it ever occurred to you that if you are doing so well in your business, someone else might be trying to copy or steal your concept and make it their own? It happens every day. But don't let it happen to you. You need attorney Steve Replin on your side. Much more than just a lawyer, Steve is a business consultant who knows how to protect what's yours while helping you grow it to success. Call Steve today and CYA. That's Cover Your Assets. 303-322-7919. 303-322-7919.
Over 400,000 businesses in Colorado have less than 10 employees. Your business probably fits into that category. Imagine what would be accomplished if everyone joined forces. The Colorado Micro Business Alliance brings owners together to give you a unified voice in state and local politics, as well as helps negotiate better deals for products and services. They offer top-level seminars and networking events. Join now for only $5 a month at coloradomicrobusinessalliance.com.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them are because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in, all your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057. 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her. 210-426-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Join us on August 13th for Summer Toast 2015. It's the premier networking event for Colorado's top marketing and business professionals. Network with over 100 great organizations, companies, and colleges. Meet like-minded people to help you grow your business. Win cool gifts and enjoy all you can eat from Denver's finest eateries. Free cold beer, wine tastings, and of course, Experience Pros Radio Show will be there recording your free 30-second commercials. Your $30 ticket includes all you can eat from Denver restaurants, plus 2 drink tickets. Buy your tickets at summertoast.com.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best bookkeeper in the state of Colorado during the Fan Braggin contest, and he can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
John Rush, this afternoon from 3 to 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us today. Sitting in for Angel, who is on vacation for the rest of the week, is Greg Bashaw. And Greg is the founder?
Executive Director
of the Colorado Micro Business Alliance, and he's going to be here for both hours of the Experience Pros Radio Show today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us.
Well, thank you for having me, Eric. I am pleased and happy to be here.
You know, earlier we were talking a little bit about the Colorado Micro Business Alliance, and you said that you offer a whole series of
cool stuff.
Now it's time to peel back the layers on some of those. What kind of cool stuff you got there, mister?
Well, one of the whole purposes of having a low cost for membership, $5 a month, $48 a year.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yes, well, you did.
$48 a year or $5 a month?
Exactly.
That's your membership?
We try to make it a no-brainer, to make it really easy to join, because with lots and lots of numbers, you can do really interesting things.
You know, Greg, you don't look like you're starving.
No.
How in the world do you maintain a business charging only $5 a month?
Well, we can do it because with lots and lots of numbers, it's a different type of business model. It's the business model of the AAA or the NRA or thing,
okay, all right.
And that with lots and lots of members, well, you can do things like this. Is solopreneurs, micro-entrepreneurs typically don't have much of a say in the political scene out there.
No.
There's so many of them, they're fragmented.
They say a lot, but they don't have much sway in the political arena.
Exactly. If you're able to take that group, this group that makes the world go round, 92% of all businesses are micro businesses, and you bring them together, now suddenly you have voice. You have something to say, that you have a voice that will be heard. And so one of the things that we do as a group is we do political advocacy at the state level, the county level, the municipal level, on the issues that really impact micro businesses specifically.
All right. Okay. That makes sense. I get that.
Mm-hmm. So another thing that we do is, with lots and lots and lots of members, is you can do some really interesting things when it comes to volume purchasing of the things that you buy every day.
I'm sorry, Angel's not here to hear that, boy. She's all about that.
It's all about volume purchasing.
Yeah.
But I'll give you an example. Let's say you had 20,000 members, you had 8,000 of them that had cell phone plans that they didn't like how much they were paying. You can bring them together, go to the different carriers and say, what kind of deal can you give us for 8,000 people who are willing to
Does such a thing really happen?
Absolutely it does.
Wow.
Interesting, huh?
$5 a month?
$5 a month.
Folks, go now to ColoradoMicroBusinessAlliance.com. ColoradoMicroBusinessAlliance.com. Sign up to become a member. Many of our members are members of the Colorado Microbusiness Alliance, and many of them are yet to become members. So I'm encouraging you now. Go and check it out. And there's even more cool stuff, but we'll talk about that as the next hour unfolds.
Fantastic.
Greg, in the prep for the show today, you raised an interesting issue with me, and it had to do about the state of real estate here in Colorado in particular.
So real estate in Colorado is doing quite well. So in fact, of all the different metro areas in the United States, Denver is at the very top of all the metro areas in terms of the performance of pricing and things like that of real estate. And so, for example, in the Denver metro area from 2000 this time last year to today, the average price of a detached single-family home has gone up $58,000, or 15.3% in 1 year.
15.3%. Holy cow!
Now this has implications, interesting implications. Yeah, because there was
bank's giving you 0.00015%.
Exactly. So what that translates to is businesses need capital, whether you're starting a new business or whether you're growing your existing business or just simply need a line of credit so that you can meet payroll on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. But traditionally, equity in homes has been a wonderful source for doing those things. And now with the price of housing going up, now you have some interesting things you can do as a business owner in terms of growing your business or starting a business.
With a home equity.
With a home equity line of credit, with a home equity loan, something like that. It's Gallup has shown that over the last 8 years or so, the number of startups has dropped a little bit. And one of the reasons has been because of
financing is hard to come by.
Exactly, the tanking of real estate. Yeah. But now that the real estate market appears to be making a nice comeback, that has implications for micro business, which we're thrilled about.
Wow. I find this fascinating. And folks, if you have in need of just getting your questions answered, whether it is from a mortgage expert, we've got several in the Extreme Customer Service Directory. Please check them. I think your friend.
I want to thank my friend Bjorn Quaden from the Van Hollen Residential Brokerage, who shared this data with me today.
He's a brand new member of the Extreme Customer Service Directory.
And a brand new member of the Colorado Microbusiness Alliance.
See, there you go. And of course, we have a regular presence here on the Experience Pros Radio Show, Cheryl Braunschweiger, ALMC Mortgage, and Nova Home Loans. There's lots of folks in there that can answer your questions about the financial side of real estate. And if you'd like to cash in on your 15.3% growth here in the Denver metro area, you can also find several very quality realtors who are able to help you with the whole transaction, buying or selling. Listen, we have to take a station ID here at the top of the hour and make sure that we get the top of the hour news, the commercials and whatnot. But please stick around with us. We always invite you to turn up the volume during the commercial breaks. It's not because we want to pound you with a nonstop barrage of sales points, but because those are the people who make this possible for us to bring you this radio show every single day, our advertisers, including Colorado Microbusiness Alliance. And you can find more information about them there.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Dana Lash, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
SquareTrade does not cover lost or stolen items. Savings based on 2-year iPhone plan with one claim compared to Asurion total equipment coverage as of April 10th, 2015.
Getting a new Galaxy, iPhone, or other smartphone? Get this. Every 2 seconds, one of us accidentally breaks our phone. So protecting your new smartphone is a smart idea. But if you have insurance from one of those big cell phone companies, you're paying way too much. I'm Steve Abernethy, and I founded SquareTrade to give you a better choice. Phone insurance from Verizon, Sprint, or other wireless carriers can cost you as much as $11 every month, plus up to $199 deductible when you break your phone. SquareTrade phone protection is less than $5 a month with a much lower deductible. We can save you over $240, and switching to SquareTrade is easy. Even if you're locked into a 2-year phone contract with Verizon, Sprint, or other wireless carrier, you can cancel their phone insurance anytime. We'll even show you how.
Switch to SquareTrade now and save over $240. Visit squaretrade.com. That's squaretrade.com.
SquareTrade. KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver. Listen live at klz560radio.com. KLZ 560.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Chris Barnes. Just 2 days until the first Republican presidential debate.
I'd like to ask all of the candidates that as politicians and really non-negotiators, people that don't negotiate jobs and lots of other things, how are you going to make America great again?
Donald Trump, ahead of Thursday's debate, making a video for Facebook, turning the tables on his competition, asking the other 9 candidates what they would do to make America great again. The latest Fox News poll has him with 26% of the Republican primary vote, Jeb Bush a distant second.
More on how Donald Trump is going into the debate with some pretty good poll numbers. We get that part of the story from the Blaze Radio's Greg Moore.
Donald Trump can soothe his debate jitters by looking at numbers from a new poll that shows his lead widening among Republican presidential candidates. The poll from Monmouth University showing the real estate mogul leading the pack at 26% of Republican voters. By contrast, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush getting 12%. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker just behind Bush at 11%. Trump leading among all demographic groups within those who vote Republican.
2 people dead, 3 people wounded after a gunman opens fire at a Toronto nightclub where rapper Drake is hosting a party. The shots first reported early in the morning today inside the Music nightclub. Local police say the violence quickly spilled out into the streets. And while it's no secret that space travel can be expensive, Buzz Aldrin managed to spend just over $30 on his mission to the moon back in 1969. The now former astronaut recently posting his original NASA travel voucher on Twitter. It says Aldrin claimed $33.31 in expenses during that lunar mission. It was mostly for travel expenses to and from Cape Kennedy at the time. Aldrin, the second man to step on the moon after Neil Armstrong. I'm Chris Barnes. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560 Denver. Dana Lash, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business, and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. We're here to remind you this small business is big business, and your business is our business. And sitting in for Angel, who is on vacation for the rest of the week. Today, we have Greg Bashaw. He is the executive director of the Colorado Micro Business Alliance, also referred to as Simba.
Simba.
I remember a different Simba.
That's right.
The white lion.
So in Lion King.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, it was Simba. Oh,
Simba was the son.
That's right. That's right. There was it was Kimba. Kimba the White Lion.
Oh, okay.
When I was a kid, a little cartoon that was going around there. Speaking of when I and you were kids, come to find out that we grew up not very far away from each other.
That's right.
I grew up in Orange County, and you
also grew up in Orange County.
Hung out there as well. And both of us have a particular passion, at least when we were kids. I haven't done it in years.
Yeah, so surfing, body surfing, boogie boarding, did it all the time.
Right.
Yeah. You used to have long, blonde, bleach blonde hair.
Oh, yeah.
And you used to have hair.
I used to have hair, and I used to have bleached hair. Thanks for bringing it up, Greg. I appreciate that. But we used to, the beach was our front yard, if you will.
Absolutely.
And by the way, folks of you who call it the ocean, we know that you're not native. That's all. Let's talk about, though, South Carolina's been in the news recently. A record number of shark attacks have been going out in the waters of South Carolina.
Right.
As if sharks weren't enough, now you have to beware alligators.
Alligators. That just freaks me out.
In the ocean, the beach, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I didn't even know alligators surfed.
Holy cow. Pawleys Island, South Carolina, yesterday, authorities in South Carolina said a 7-foot alligator. This is no tiny little beast thing. This is about the size of a surfboard.
About the length of a surfboard.
Right?
Yeah.
Came ashore on a beach and was captured by experts. Will be released back into the wild. In the ocean, man. What's the deal with that?
You know, the difference between a shark and an alligator is legs.
You
know it now.
They all got the teeth.
Exactly. Well, and then the alligator gets to come up on shore, so that actually creeps me out more than a shark.
You know, they do have bursts of speed as well.
In straight line.
Yes.
Just like swimming sideways to a riptide, you run sideways in front of an alligator.
There you go.
Or so I hear.
I didn't realize you had all this knowledge.
Yeah.
Have you ever encountered?
That's how I survived 49 years.
Oh, I got you. All right. Well, yeah, isn't that crazy? Alligators on the beach. The good news is nobody was injured in this sighting, but my goodness, I've never heard of it. I don't know what I would do. Of course, we grew up on the coast where alligators are fewer and far between. But wow, what would you do?
I would freak out.
Yeah.
I'd go have lunch.
You'd leave a little something in the ocean, I think.
And then I'd probably go surfing some more.
Yeah, that's what I'd do. Yeah. All right, hang loose, folks, because when we come back, we've got more positive business talk, that's for sure. You're listening to Greg and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Finding care for an aging parent or loved one can be a simple and hassle-free process with Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's very specific needs. Call them today to schedule your free in-home assessment. 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now, 720-443-3371.
Imagine having a business partner watch over your computer systems day and night, actively responding to changing needs in your environment, helping make sure things run fast and smooth, protecting your valuable information. With Availability, our managed services platform, C-Squared Computer Consulting can provide 24/7 monitoring, manage updates, and optimize your systems. Let C-Squared be your business partner. Call us at 303-933-1113. Mention Experience Pros. We'll waive the setup fee.
With rising health costs, unplanned chronic illness, and people living longer, your retirement planning is more important than ever. Many business owners aren't even covered. Talk about it with someone you trust. Call me today, and let's explore what is the best answer for you. 720-356-6474. 720-356-6474. This is Jim Smith with Prudential. Tune in every Monday morning for more tips at 11:35 right here on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Let's talk about advertising. It's a key element for growing your company and making sure people are aware of your brand. If you're going to put a half-page ad into a magazine with 60,000 in circulation, it'll cost about $1,500, and you get to be in front of your time. If you're going to attend a big trade show, you're going to spend about $1,500, and you get to interact with potential clients. If you're going to sponsor a foursome in a golf tournament, you're going to spend about $1,500, and you get to support your favorite charity. At Experience Pros, $1,500 goes a long ways. You get an entire year of membership with business networking, online customizable listing, featured ads, 3 radio spots during the year, speaking opportunities, sponsorship options, and more. Sign up today at experiencepros.com.
Friend, I want to turn you on to a fantastic bi-monthly patriotic newsletter I've discovered. It's called The Pen, and it's a compilation of numerous patriotic writers packed with political information that you won't find in the newspaper. Contact my friend Beth Ann for a free sample copy at csctalkradio.com or send $24.95 to P.O. Box 73, California, Missouri 65018 to receive The Pen for an entire year. The Pen, promoting liberty and keeping patriots informed. Subscribe today. csctalkradio.com. That's csctalkradio.com.
Advertising is really effective, especially for small business. Turn your company into a household name by advertising on the Experience Pros radio show. We'll help you build a trusted reputation with the professionals who listen to the program. You'll connect with the right audience and at the right price. Advertise with the Experience Pros radio show. Sign up at experiencepros.com and put your brand on the tip of your customer's tongue. Sign up today and start advertising with the Experience Pros at experiencepros.com.
Dana Lash, 6 to 9 p.m. weekdays on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Sitting in for Angel is Greg Bashaw, Colorado MicroBusinessAlliance.com. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you, Eric. Howdy, everybody.
Absolutely. The Go-Go's are teeing it up for us where they're talking about vacation. And according to Bill Murphy, contributing author for Inc.com, my fellow Americans, we stink at taking vacations.
We do.
Yeah. I used to. I'm better at it now. For the last 2 years, you may remember, I don't know if you were listening to the show a year and a half ago, but a year and a half ago, I took my very first vacation in over 12 years.
Oh, my gosh.
Right. And I took 15 people with me because...
So you went big. You were making up.
I just didn't want to be by myself. And that's one of the reasons that I didn't take a vacation, because I don't want to be by myself. I'm just not that into me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. My idea of a vacation involves the beach, always, lots of sun. And if I can't have the girl of my dreams sitting next to me, then I will take a whole bunch of people and hang out with me. That's true. That's one of the deep psychological scars that I have in my world.
Well, and I think vacationing well has to be a decision. You have to decide that you're going to take a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. So our last year's vacation was to Cabo. This year's vacation was to Cancun. Of course, we've got to give a shout out to Highlands Ranch Travel, who helped us coordinate all of those vacations. Next year, we will be going back to Cancun, so set your dates right now for the end of April and start saving. It's really inexpensive. It's less than $2,000 to go for a full week with us to an all-inclusive in Cancun. We'll tell you more about that as the fall
nears. Now that sounds like a good choice.
It is
for a good vacation.
Amazing vacation, I'm telling you. Which brings me to Angel being on vacation, and I came across an article here that says that there are 17 habits of highly effective people. I think we could all agree that Angel is highly effective.
Mm-hmm. Proving it this week.
Right. Who take really amazing vacations. And if you've listened to the show, you know that Angel once took a 5-week vacation with her 5-member family and literally took only 5 changes of clothes with each of them. It was an amazing vacation. She wrote about it in her book, Lists That Saved My Life.
Good for her.
Right. So let's see if some of these things apply to Angel and or you.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
I'm ready.
The first thing is some of the most effective, successful people who take really amazing vacations, one of the things they do is they act like Europeans.
Interesting. You know, I lived in Germany for 3 years. Yeah. Now, I think there are many things that we do better over on this side of the pond, but one thing they do quite well is Drink beer. Absolutely. Yeah, actually,
You know what happens when you drink beer?
What happens?
European. Sorry. Couldn't help it.
Yeah. So the one thing they're great at is taking vacations.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They plan their vacations. They plan their time off. They have a lot of time off, but they are. If you want to have a wonderful conversation with a European, talk to them about the vacations they've taken, and you can learn. And believe me, we learned as a family.
Well, the article, Bill Murphy says this. He says, tell everyone in advance that you're going to be unreachable, and then make yourself unreachable. Angel excels at this.
Excellent.
She really does.
It's the right way to do it.
The last thing I said to her yesterday before she checked out, and she truly checks out.
That can be hard for a micro business owner if you're the only one there.
It can be, which means we have things to do and learn in order to be strategic about, because you got to take those vacations. You need to.
And how you communicate to the people who are trying to reach you while you're on vacation.
Absolutely. Once you've established that I've gone over the edge and I'm on vacation, Bill Murphy says, after 30 minutes, put your phone away.
Amen.
Really? I think that would be the hardest thing in the world for me.
I think your phone is the biggest vacation
buzzkill
sucker.
Yeah.
Buzzkill that exists.
Yeah, I can't argue that point, but I just can't. Can't do it.
You discover your addiction when you do that.
Oh, I will readily admit my addiction. They say that's the first step. I am stuck on step one. Here's the next thing. It says, take a camera. Now, this is fascinating. Why would you take a camera?
Well, because it's related to step number 2. Put your phone away. Don't use your camera phone, because then you're going to be tempted.
You're going to be tempted to take that phone with you everywhere. So actually, do they even make cameras apart from telephones anymore?
Not only do they make cameras, but they make really inexpensive, nice cameras now.
You know, our friend Darrell Stern was here in the studio just a little bit ago, and he has a new kind of camera that looks like a periscope.
Right.
And I mean, it honestly does look like a little curved.
Looks like something a minion would use.
Or Mario Brothers. They would jump into the front end of that.
64 gigabytes of storage on that thing.
It's amazing. They do make cameras that are not cell phones. Here's an interesting one. Change your passwords. And this is what Brian Scudamore, he's the CEO and founder of 1-800-GOT-JUNK, says. He says, for me, I like to go dark. I ask my executive assistant to change the passwords to my email and all the social media, and she alone holds them until I have time to revisit those accounts.
I think you could do the same thing with your spouse or significant other if you didn't have an executive assistant.
Right, absolutely. And what if you don't have a spouse or significant other? This is another Eric joke, isn't it?
I think you have a buddy do it.
All right.
Of course, they might mess with you.
The fifth one on the list, we're talking about the habits of highly effective people who take amazing vacations. The fifth one on the list says this: test your staff. It's an opportunity to use this as a testing ground for your staff.
So Angel is testing you right now.
Oh my gosh! Every single time Angel goes on vacation, and quite possibly every single weekend, it is a test for me. Now, here's the thing, and we can look back on it. I don't think anybody's laughing about it yet, and it happened very early in the Experience Pros arena, shortly after we incorporated as Experience Pros. Angel went on a vacation, and I lost every single client we had. Now, we didn't have a lot of clients, which made it all the more painful, but they all quit during Angel's vacation.
So what's the rule on that? At what point will that be funny?
I don't know. It's not funny right now at all.
I'm guessing it wasn't funny to Angel.
Oh gosh, it was not funny to either of us. And Angel, second guesses now whether or not she can go on vacation. I guarantee we're not going to lose all our clients over this vacation, but my goodness, it was a dark day for Experience Pros. So clearly
you've grown since then.
Boy, have I. Yes. And then the final one that I'm going to bring in this segment is they suggest that you come back on a Saturday.
Oh, I love that idea.
Do ya?
Okay, haven't you ever gone on a vacation and needed a vacation from your vacation?
I remember what those. Yes, absolutely.
I think you need a chill day. You need a catch up and mow the lawn day. You need a grab the mail from the mailbox and deal with that day.
That's not a vacation. But you're right, absolutely. Coming back on a Saturday is wise advice. Angel, in this case, will be coming back on Sunday.
And well, that seems to be a red flag.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
She's taking Monday off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
she's no rookie.
No. She made Sunday her Saturday, and I love that. All right, so there's some of this. We're going to visit these again because I think these are helpful to anybody getting in the mindset, if you will.
I like the list. He did a good job with this.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely. All right, we're going to come back, and when we do, we got this guy named Greg Bashaw. Yes, this Greg Bashaw of Colorado Micro Business Alliance, business tips and insights coming next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros Radio Show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
Edgetronics wants you to be happy with your business phone system. Get your phones to work for you, not against you. The friendly folks at Edgetronics can help you plan ahead to keep your business operating when there may be a phone system outage. They offer solutions with VoIP, non-VoIP, and hybrid telephone systems. Upgrade to the system with features that will meet your company's growing needs. Call today at 303-766-1699. That's 303-766-1699. No business is too small or too large, and the customer service at Edgetronics will make you smile. Call now, 303-766-1699, or online at edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
Gentlemen, it's time to step it up a notch. I'm talking about your clothing. Sure, we're all super casual here in Colorado, but there's something to be said for dressing to match your market. You need personal stylist Michelle Martinez. Michelle will come to where you are, custom measure you for an unmatched fit, and help you find your next outfit, all without breaking the bank. Luxury starts with premium materials, and Michelle's got the best Italian fabrics. And talk about value, your clothes delivered straight to you, saving you tons. Call Michelle today, 720-261-4914. That's 720-261-4914.
Landlords, listen up. If you have investment property, you need Legacy Properties PM. Devin Bewley will absolutely get you the highest rent possible, handle every imaginable emergency, and make sure that your property is well cared for. He visits every property regularly and knows that he's working for you. Legacy Properties PM, where their promise to you is simple. If your property isn't earning you money, you owe them nothing. There's nothing to lose. 720-989-1996. Mention Experience Pros and they'll waive the first month's management fee.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LOB number 100020432, NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Dana Lash, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Good music. Welcome back to the Experience Pros. It is good music, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, Charlie's the best. Very nice to have you. We've got Greg Bashaw with the Colorado Micro Business Alliance sitting in for Angel. And apparently I just truly struck fear into my staff who heard the last segment. And, our Director of Membership, Adam, says, having heard you lost every client now that Angel was on vacation, let me know if I need to step in and keep you from doing anything you shouldn't. So nice to have staff.
Well, it's good they're on alert now.
They are on alert. Oh, no, don't let him do anything. Keep him in a box, and we'll just hold our breath until Angel gets back. Greg, it's time for business tips and insights, and this is the time where we get to talk to you every week. Colorado MicroBusinessAlliance.com. Tell us, what are we talking about today?
Well, today we're talking about, so last week we talked about your vision beginning with the end of mind and detail, writing that down in detail. So today is taking the next step, and that is creating something that can fire you up every single day and remind you of what that vision is.
Tall blonde.
Because it's so, exactly. And I think that's easy to find.
I don't know how to create that, but and maybe you can help really. I know you're not talking about women.
Yes.
What do you have here?
Well, so what I have done for me personally, and what I found fires me up on a daily basis, immediately rekindles those feelings of excitement and of what I want to do is a graphic. I'm a visual guy. I can see a picture of somebody or something, and immediately it brings back these feelings, these ideas, and
I think it's safe to say that all guys are visual, and it brings back feelings.
Oh, stop, Eric.
Sorry. Okay.
So, so what I'd like to do for myself is create a collage. I take PowerPoint.
A collage?
A collage. Now, it sounds weird.
I didn't realize you were a crafter.
But it sounds weird, I know. But here's the interesting thing, is I take the vision of what I want, for example, Simba to become, and put
Simba being
the Colorado Micro Business Alliance, and find different pictures and different phrases and different things that represent that ultimate vision that I want to achieve, and I stick it all in a hodgepodge on one page, so that every morning I can look at it and I can get fired up and realize, oh yeah, that's why I'm doing this.
Folks, he's basically made a vision board.
Exactly.
And on this, this is on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, but it could be as big or as small as you want.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. So with the pictures, and I've got little phrases on here that really just fire me up. And I think it's important because it's so easy when you're running your business to get lost, to forget, to get so caught up in the day-to-day and the stress, frankly, of running a small business that you forget why you're doing it.
So let me give you some examples of what I'm seeing on this board. There's a phrase that says, everything will be okay in the end. This is famous here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We've got the Dalai Lama, we've got Mahatma Gandhi, and which is not so much political as it is inspirational for the position that they take and whatnot.
I have a visual representation of a big, hairy, audacious skull, a BHAG.
Oh yeah.
I have people on here who are just laughing, that are a reminder not to take life too seriously.
And there's a baby with his fist in the air, and it just draws to mind with a rebel yell.
Yeah, you know what? When you asked me if I could be a co-host on the show, you know, you look at this little kid and he says, "You can do it, dude.
You can do it." All right.
Well,
and then there's the Twin Towers there.
The Twin Towers. I have a picture on there of the Twin Towers.
New ones.
That says, you know, if you knock it down, we're going to build it bigger and better than ever we've had.
I love it.
And that's just. This is my attitude board that we're looking at here, and maybe it does sound a little crafty, maybe it sounds a little artsy, but you know what? It works for me.
You know, I've discovered that you are a little artsy, Greg, and I also discovered a new talent that you have. You know where I'm going with this.
I do.
I didn't know what to say to you, but you. I don't know how to describe it. You've created new lyrics to a familiar tune.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the other night, in the middle of the night, I was thinking, believe it or not, of Simba commercials that we could do that were put to different Disney tunes.
Remember this, Simba is not the lion in The Lion King, but the Colorado Micro Business Alliance. That's when he says Simba. That's
I know
what
where you're
referring
going with this.
to.
You're going to have me sing that song I sang to you earlier this morning.
I think you should.
Okay, so I'm gonna sing a Simba song to you all. So here we go.
It's radio history.
It's from the latest Pixar movie, Inside Out. There was a short before the movie about a lonely volcano.
Volcano.
It's all put to a tune, and I've transformed the tune to be a CMBA song.
Do you remember what the lyrics were to the Lonely Volcano song?
Sorta.
Okay.
But I have the transformed lyrics here. So,
okay.
You ready?
Right. Yeah, sure.
Okay. I have a dream, I hope it will come true, that you'll join with me and we'll get to know you. I hope that you won't wait until December to become a Simba member. The cost is a real no-brainer.
Oh no! Well, there you have it. Wow, that's going to be stuck in my head now for hours.
Yeah, I've learned something about that song. Once it's there, it doesn't leave.
It doesn't go away. It's what we call an earworm in the business.
Exactly.
But fantastic. You're a pretty good singer too.
Oh, yeah.
Talented.
Yeah, there we go.
I love this. All right. Well, there you have it. Get yourself an attitude vision board and put down the things that you really dream about.
Now, do you ever put things on your website? Because I can put that up there if people want to see it.
You know what? We'll let's put it out on the Facebook page.
Facebook page, good.
Yeah, let's throw that out on the Facebook page. That'd be a fantastic post for the folks who follow us and whatnot.
Good.
Love it. Hey, listen, when we come back, we're going to talk about a brand new book you're going to want to know about. You're listening to Greg and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her. 210-426-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Hi, this is Angel, and I want you to picture this. You're driving home after soccer practice. Your little girl is sitting in the back seat, and the radio is gently playing your favorite music. Your car is your world for the moment, and your world is safe because Nyland's Collision Center wouldn't cut corners on the quality of parts when they fixed that fender bender last month. NYLUNDS collision.com. No one knows your car better. The safety of your whole world is in their hands. Visit nylandscollision.com or call them at 303-761-9219.
The top 5 search results get 75% of all the clicks. 75%! That means if you're on page 2, you are missing out on tons of potential business. You, my friend, are in need of professional help. At SharpNet Solutions, it's not all about clicks, it's about making sales. They optimize the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory, and they can optimize your business. Call them today, 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988. Or find them online at sharpnetsolutions.com. Put their talents to work and see what they can do for you. 303-900-4988. Mention the Experience Pros and get up to 50% off. Call today.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Our conversation takes an interesting turn here where our next guest is Joseph Luzzi. He's the first American-born child in his Italian family. He holds a doctorate from Yale, teaches at Bard. He's the author of My Two Italies, a New York Times book review editor's choice. And I'm telling you something, his new book, In a Dark Wood, is it shakes you to your very core as he explores tragedy and working through a long season of grief. Joseph Luzzi, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, very nice to have you with us on the show. Joseph, let's start with an overview of what was your inspiration for you to write this book.
You know, I loved Dante's poetry, especially his magnificent book, The Divine Comedy. For decades now, I've been teaching and writing about Dante for over 20 years as a professor of Italian and literature. But his voice, the writing started to truly resonate for me very powerfully about 8 years ago, after the tragic death of my wife, Catherine. She was 8.5 months pregnant, and before she died, she had a fatal car accident. Our daughter Isabel was rescued by an emergency C-section. So the same morning, I found myself a widower and a father, and I slipped into a kind of cataclysmic grief. You know, the shock was so overwhelming, and here I was with a little girl to take care of. And it took me a long time to learn how to be a father and a dad. But one of the things that kept me among the living, so to speak, that kept me teaching, that kept me writing, that kept me doing the things that gave me a sense of who I was Dante's writing. And, you know, I hope people, if there's anything I hope that people will take away from this book is that we live in a media-saturated culture where there's so much at our fingertips through the internet.
Sure.
But, you know, let's not forget about great art, whether it's the books we love, the music, the paintings, that these can be real, incredibly helpful guides to us as we deal with what Dante calls our time in the dark wood. You know, that time of your great crisis in life, whatever it happens to be.
You know, Joseph, and you know, our hearts go out to you with the. You of course have dealt with this for now 8 years. We're just hearing of this for the first time, and so, wow, it takes me back, almost takes my breath away with what you've gone through. Now, I know Dante from high school, and many people, I think, would share that experience where we read Dante's.
Boy, you went to a good high school.
Well, you know, it's a good Catholic prep school that had us going on the trajectory towards the college experience. Now, break it down to how Dante, in particular, his Tragedy of Comedy, Divine Comedy, kind of formed the sections of your memoir.
Well, basically, what happens is Dante is living, quite a great life in Florence. He's one of the city's leading poets and also leading politicians, which a lot of people don't realize. And then in 1302, really at the height of his career, he's exiled from Florence. His political party falls out of favor. So he spends the last 20 years of his life, bitterly wandering around Italy looking for a home and always missing his beloved hometown of Florence. He writes about that experience in the Divine Comedy, about being cast out of Florence and the effect that it had on him. And there's other themes in the poem, but really it's this experience of exile captured what felt like after my wife died. I felt like I had been exiled from the life that I once had. I was happily married, expecting my first child with Catherine, and then suddenly here I was, a widower, a single father, and had lost the center of my world. And Dante talks about exile in terms of being physically displaced from a place, that a city, but it can also happen internally. And I think that that's what really resonated with me. But what's amazing about Dante's story is that the first years he was kicked out of Florence, he, by all accounts, seemed to have sunk into, a terrible personal funk, depression. Some even speculate that he contemplated suicide. And there's very kind of complex and ambiguous discussions with characters who have committed suicide in the Divine Comedy, where you can see that Dante does empathize with people who really reach that low point that they can even contemplate such a thing. But then Dante accepts his exile 3 or 4 years into it and understands he's never going to go back to Florence. And it's only then that he can write the Divine Comedy, which he starts around 1305. And to me, that's a sign that, I used to think before I wrote my book that it's what lands you in the dark wood that defines you. I thought the death of my wife would be the defining moment of my life. But in truth, as I wrote the book, I realized that it's just as much what you do to get out of the dark wood that really reveals who you are. The way that Dante handled his exile by writing one of the greatest pieces of literature the world has ever seen. And so, yeah.
I was just going to say, the book is called In a Dark Wood. Joseph Luzzi, L-U-Z-Z-I, is the author. It is on sale now wherever books are sold. And this is fascinating because, Joseph, I got to be honest with you, I find myself relating to what you're saying and then almost shaming myself for the relation. And let me give you an example. I think everybody has at some point in their lives this moment of exile, internally in one way or another. And mine came when I was a preacher. I was married. I married 23 years. And then the wheels came off and I found myself divorced and on the outside of what I always thought was the safest place in the world, the church. And I went through my own exile. Now I find myself shaming myself because that is nothing like what you went through in a freeze frame moment in life. But I think that's why you wrote this book, isn't it?
Well, I think that, of course, there's more and less dramatic versions of exile.
Sure.
Mine was dramatic. It was so unusual the way the death of my wife and the birth of my child were linked together. But I think that the whole point of why I wrote the book was that it doesn't matter what your dark wood is, that we'll all get there. Whether Dante, it wasn't even a death of it. A lot of people think the Divine Comedy is about his love for Beatrice, his muse who died when she was young. That's true to a certain point, but I personally think that the great cataclysmic event in Dante's life was not the death of Beatrice. He wasn't married to her. By all accounts, he only worshipped her from afar, this muse figure. To me, his great trauma, his dark wood, was exile from Florence. So whether it's the loss of a 23-year-old marriage, the separation from a church, the death of a spouse. When I originally, the piece that I wrote that became the book, I published a small piece in the New York Times. It got quite an amazing response that inspired me to write the book, because I realized so many people, even if they didn't go through what I went through specifically, had a connection to that moment of trauma, sorrow, loss, defeat. And that's why I've written this book, because I felt when I experienced my tragedy, that I would read whatever I could. And I think when you read about someone else's going through it, somehow makes your own seem less lonely, less overwhelming.
Well, I do know, and God bless you for it. I think it's a phenomenal. The concept. I'm going to go out and buy one right now. Right after the show, I'm going to go buy In a Dark Wood. I encourage our listeners to do the same, because I'm telling you something. This is something that we can all agree to. And even as Dante had his realization, so too Joseph has had his. You can come out of the dark wood, but you have a principal material part in that process. In a Dark Wood, wherever books are sold. Joseph Luzzi, God bless you. Thank you so very much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a real pleasure speaking with you.
You bet. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to wrap this show up, put a bow on it, and have you have the best day ever. Coming next on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Women-owned businesses are on the rise, but where do you go when the bank says no? Ladies, you know it's tough to secure the capital necessary to launch or develop a new business. You need to know attorney Steve Replin of the Replin Law Group. Steve specializes in helping women secure hard money lending when no one else will step up. You have an ally in Steve Replin. He has the knowledge and resources to get you the money you need to grow your business. Call Steve today. It's Money in the Bank, your bank. 303-322-7919 or replinlawgroup.com.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them are because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Anyone can wash a car, but Bumper Dock Denver Auto Detailers can give your car the care it deserves. Get your car looking astonishing for another beautiful Colorado weekend. Bumper Dock Denver is just a phone call away. A Bumper Dock Professional Detail restores and protects your vehicle from damage caused by the sun and other factors. Special attention is paid to every inch of your vehicle. Bumper Dock Denver offers the most comprehensive auto detailing service available. Bumper Dock Denver, 303-369-7292 or BumperDockDenver.com.
Join us on August 13th for Summer Toast 2015. It's the premier networking event for Colorado's top marketing and business professionals. Your $30 ticket includes all you can eat from Denver restaurants, plus 2 drink tickets. Get your tickets at summertoast.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. But call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit rivierafinance.com.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best bookkeeper in the state of Colorado during the fan Braggin contest, and he can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
Tell your staff to tune in daily to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Business training and inspiration from national experts are here for you every day on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Start your week off by learning a great new business skill. Tune in midweek to boost your positive attitude and be sure to always end your week with Fan Braggin Friday. The Experience Pros Radio Show is here for you every day, changing the way people treat people in business. Join the revolution and tune into the Experience Pros Radio Show. Weekday business training designed to inspire you to get your business right.
The Dana Show, 6 p.m. weekdays on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Greg Bashaw sitting in for Angel today. And of course, myself here hanging out with you. Greg is the Executive Director of the Colorado Micro Business Alliance. And we started off by saying you offer lots of stuff, great stuff, I think is what you said, cool stuff. And you said you did it for, this is the most ridiculously no-brainer thing of the show today, folks. You do it for $48 a year or
$5 a month.
$5 a month. What are you waiting for? Please sign up at ColoradoMicroBusinessAlliance.com right now and get on board with what they're doing. You mentioned that you gather all the members, a whole bunch of members, makes a political statement.
We can do political advocacy.
Yes. You also said something about group purchasing.
So volume purchasing. When you have lots of people, you can do some pretty cool stuff that way.
Then there's another element, and this is the one that excites me the most, and it's an educational element.
Yeah. So we provide monthly seminars to our members and for non-members. They're free seminars, and we bring some outstanding speakers. So our September seminar will take place on September 8th in Parker and September 9th in Westminster. Both of those begin at 4 o'clock.
What kind of seminar is this thing?
So all of our seminars are very meaty when it comes to from a business standpoint. So our presenter this in the month of September he's a Harvard lawyer, and he is presenting about how to minimize your tax and personal liability as a small business owner.
Oh, this is something everybody needs to know.
Now, it's useful. You'd really need to know it, and it sounds like it could be really boring, but this guy is a wonderful presenter. He uses stories, examples, where you're really going to walk away with, I don't even know how many thousands of dollars worth of valuable info from this guy. His name is
Reed Allred.
Reed Allred. Yeah, Reed Allred, and he's a wonderful presenter. And so that's September 8th in Parker, September 9th in Westminster. The Parker one's at the Pace Event Center, which is a beautiful venue.
Oh, it's a gorgeous venue.
Yeah, and the Westminster event is at the Westminster Rec Center.
Okay.
And they both start at 4 o'clock, and they're free, and we'd love to have you come. We want to fill up the room.
Sign up again at
ColoradoMicroBusinessAlliance.com. You'll see the RSVP at the top of the front page.
I love it. You know, when I asked you to come and co-host with me, I knew you were going to be good, but this is great. I mean, you're offering so much value to our listeners today, and with your wisdom and the vision board that you've got, who knew that you were going to break out and do a song and dance? But the Smart Business Seminar series going on, how to minimize your taxes and personal liability as a micro business owner. This is stuff that you asked us to bring you the best in business, and we are responding. This is it right here. Make sure you sign up. September 8th in Parker, September 9th in Westminster.
The seating is limited, so you need to get on there, RSVP, so that we can reserve your spot.
I'm going to take a quick peek here at September 9th. What is the date of that? Is that
September 9th is a Wednesday.
A Wednesday.
September 8th is a Tuesday.
All right. So you got to sign up for this, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I am mistaken. I was going to say it was in the same week as the boom, but it's not. That's towards the end of the month. But even still, up there in Westminster, it's not far. Many of the people listening here are from up north, from where we broadcast down here on the south side. Welcome. All right. Let's go back to conversations having to do with habits of highly effective people Angel, who take really amazing vacations. Or we could say just take multiple, and a whole lot of vacations.
I love this subject.
Angel's very good at this. We've covered some of the cool ones here, including act like a European and to tell everyone in advance you're going to be unreachable, and then make yourself unreachable. After 30 minutes, put your phone away. Take a camera. Why? So you're not tempted to get your phone out. Change your passwords. That's kind of weird.
So you can't get to your email.
You can't change your passwords. You have to have a significant other come in and change your passwords so that you can't cheat. Test your staff. Angel does that with me all the time. And then come back on a Saturday. That's an important piece there. So there's some other things on this list by Bill Murphy over at Inc.com. The next one is delegate while you're gone. Do you have a staff?
We have a small staff, yes.
Greg, how well do you delegate?
I think I've learned to become pretty good at this.
Is that right?
Yeah, because I've learned over time that you earn your vacations. You earn your vacations.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
so the week before you go, the work you do, and the specific conscious delegation that you make to other people in the office to do your things, what it does is it frees your mind.
It absolutely does. We have a software that we are very, very fond of here at Experience Pros called All Pro Web Tools. It has a tasking system, and nobody uses it more or better than Angel. And so as she was preparing for this time for her to go away, she gave tasks to everybody, and it made a lot of sense. Even still, leading up to it, she had a lot of work that had to be get done. We've just announced last week that we've been put under contract for national syndication. The Experience Pros radio show is going out to a national market. And by the way, if you'd like to help support this, because it is very expensive to do so, we have an Indiegogo campaign that is listed top front and center on our Facebook wall. We'd love it if you just watch the video, and if it moves your heart to give $50, $100 or more, that would help our taking this program national. You've had it here in the Denver region for 6.5 years. Now we're going to take it to Philadelphia and to Florida and to California, all over the place, and we want you to be a part of that. So with all of this work going on, the next point is do your work ahead of time. You got to do 2 weeks of work in 1 week before you go on vacation.
I think this and the last point are the way that you can sit on that beach, ride that surfboard, read your phone, and do so without guilt.
Well, you can't read your phone because we put it away.
Oh, I read a book.
That's what I meant to say.
That's what I.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, you absolutely. If you do your work ahead of time and if you delegate properly, then you get to take it easy. I told Angel again. The last thing I said to her as I said goodbye to her yesterday afternoon. It was a very full day. Of course, first work day of the month. Yesterday, I said, I want you to disconnect. I want you to go away and not worry.
That's not on the list. But being a kind coworker and saying, "Hey, I got it covered." Yeah. Hey, dude, you're going on vacation? I got it.
And
don't think about it. I'll answer the phone. I will take care of the email.
And it's exactly the way that it is. And she's even delegated out her email share. We'll be making sure that nothing slips through the cracks in that regard as well. So take it easy. Have a good time. Be a good coworker. That's a great point, Greg. I appreciate that. Establish, or how about this? Do something wild and different. You're going to go out, do something crazy, do something different. This is what the author says, front load your indulgences.
I like how he says, lose yourself in the experience. By doing something wild and different, you're able to lose yourself. You're able to forget. And that's kind of the whole point of the vacation.
Hey, if anybody wants to go on vacation with me, I would love that. Let's just lose ourselves in the experience. Just saying. Now I'm jealous. Greg Bashaw, Colorado Micro Business Alliance.com. $5 a month. It should be a day. $5 a month or $48 in advance. What a great co-host you have been today. Thank you so much.
I've loved being here. Thank you for having me anytime.
It's truly our pleasure. Tomorrow we have a new co-host. I'm not going to tell you who it's going to be, but you're going to want to tune in, that's for sure. And so now, on behalf of Charlie, our producer, Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we say thank you for tuning in, for participating in the revolution in how people treat people in business.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.